Before we talk about the plans that Adam Hall and yourself have for the future, can we go back to the start of the year slightly and ask some questions? NAMM was a big time for you. There was no COVID-19 then. You were starting with Free Your Sound, the new campaign. It wasn't about the products, it was about giving to the musicians what they need, and you had some new products. You had the new G2 active columns, Maui 44s, and a bit of a rebranding. How did you feel going into NAMM?
I mean, NAMM was great. It was the last normal exhibition, I would say. You mentioned the campaign. We wanted to launch it at NAMM in US, these Free Your Sound and, express your feelings as a musician. And we stopped that. I mean, we just had to stop that because it was not, the timing was, not right after COVID appears now and all this Corona thing and stay at home. And we saw it where it's not really, or the danger was there that we are not responsible and say, go out, free your sound, make music, which is still important. And we saw several creative ideas how to, still be, making music also in that time where everybody have to flatten the curve or stay at home and social distancing and all that stuff. But yeah, NAMM, it feels like forever because so much stuff has happened since then.
What inspired you to do a virtual trade show and to do the live stream, the industry talk?
First of all, to be honest, we planned like a virtual trade show because we feel this is just more safe for everyone. But then we switched the concept. We have to switch it 2 times because first of all, we wanted to do this virtual trade show, just, do it, invite people to see the news online. That was the first idea. Then the team said, oh, come on, this pandemic will be a big, big problem. And now the show was canceled. And there are much more pressing issues now to discuss than about our news and what kind of speakers and light systems we're offering. We started doing that. We said, let's do that, but just put it as an on-demand service for people who want to, look at that. But let's focus and use that live spot to bring, the whole industry or some part of the industry and some players together.
When you talk about getting through this together, how is Adam Hall getting through this?
As a company, we use the programs we can. We try to keep talent and we try to use the time now to work and prioritize the projects which could be interesting after the pandemic. Time management is the main issue. If you have less time available in the company because you cannot afford having people all the time, working in the company, you have to focus. So that's a big part of the work. Another work is to use time for some people to train them. Right, to use it for education. The next issue was the collaboration tools. We invested heavily and in these digital investment tools so everyone could work from home and collaboration tools and stuff like that. And education now, that's the third part. And the fourth part, this is my special thing, is this sustainability issue. So next year on, we want to launch, a program where we are, starting to be a CO2, so working without CO2 in the next 5 years, totally. And we start next year to be, as a company, working on here in our headquarters, completely 100% renewable energies.
Let's go back to 22nd of June. You lit up the Experience Centre next door and you made a contribution to Night of Light. How was that?
It was, I think, nearly 8,000 or 9,000 companies contributing to that. And there was other from Switzerland and also worldwide, there was companies jumping in. And so we decided with a local event organizer, I think it's one of the biggest EDM festivals, and I know him personally because he's from Frankfurt. And I phoned him and I talked about him 2 or 3 weeks before that Night of Light and said, yeah, perhaps you want to help. And he said, what I should do, I should also light up a building. And I said, yeah, that would be great. Or do we have other ideas? And he said, why we don't do a World Club Dome, like with all these superstar DJs in your experience center? And then I said, yeah, but this should be more calm and we should light up the buildings as a, monumental flaming appeal or whatever. We don't want to do a party or whatever. And he said, I don't think it will work if you don't getting loud.
Tell me what's inspired you most this year, Alex. What's given you the most inspiration through all this?
What's really hitting me was the, the support and the teamwork we did here in the company. So everyone, even if it's tough and even in society, that we stick together somehow here and this a team feeling, a special feeling, because I open up really honestly here and talk about our fears and what's in the game, and we get so many solid, good feedback about that and a good spirit. So that keeps the energy up, and also the feeling that when we unite, there are so much opportunities in the future. And also I put a reminder up in my every Monday. I made a post for that yesterday. I call it Monday Motivation. I don't know if you can see that. I put a reminder here and it says, life will be the new gold in 2021. And it's every Monday morning. It's on my, it comes up on my phone here and say that. So it's a reminder for myself, we will be back. That's for sure. We will come back and bring people together safely and with a lot of passion and creativity. So that outlook and that solid people supporting that idea and stay on board and working hard to come through that crisis, and that unity we feel in the industry, that can be something great for the next years.
We're all working from home a lot more. There's a lot more online sales. There's no trade shows going on. There's more webinars. There's less travel. Do you think we're going to take this going forward, or we're going to, if we have a vaccine and we can go as before, shall we go back to doing what we did before, or shall we adapt some of these principles?
If something is not right already and there is a crisis, this comes up. Some exhibitions, some things wasn't just not right, because just to sell floor space is not the, it shouldn't be the main concern of an event organizer.
You've been very inspirational in what you've done, how you've adapted since I saw you at the NAMM show. You've really adapted well. You've listened, you've talked, you've communicated, and you've inspired with all your endeavours, with the hybrid model and the experience centre, to the education programmes, the certification, even, as you say, you're challenging yourself at the moment by doing more solar panels. Well done to you. You've carried on and you're carrying on the fight. You've got some direction.
Thank you, Richard. Yeah, but I think we need to try to at least stick together as an industry and learn from each other. So everyone who watching that, I'm also on LinkedIn, right? So if anyone have ideas how to move our industry forward and things, everyone is invited to write me or put some ideas up.
Well, you strike a very positive chord, and we will get through this together.
There will be time after that, and every crisis in the world, and it's like Asians know that much better than in their philosophy. It's running. It's like a river, and the life is many experiences. This is life, and we got now some bad experiences, but also in that time of crisis we got some good experiences, and we should stick to that, learn from that, and be stronger after that.